Hey everybody, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to another live edition, Dom Sicali's Mafia Roundtable. Hope everybody's having a great day. Wish everybody the best. We have I think it's going to be a really great show tonight. Very informative. It's sad what's going on. It really is. That people could get away with whatever they want because they cooperated. And I don't believe in that, not one bit whatsoever. Law enforcement should be just as hard, if not harder, on people like myself if we do violate any crimes. Because we were given that second chance, we should know better. And there's some people out there, they don't know better. They just don't care. They think they're above the law. They think they're above everything. That's the way they conduct themselves on the street, killing people left and right. And really, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. So let's bring Anna to the stage.
Hi guys.
Hi, hi Anna. How are you?
How are you? How you doing?
I like that. How you doing?
How you doing?
Uh, Listen, I was telling Anna this is going to be a serious show, but we'll keep it light at times. Like right now, just starting out. I said, all right. We were talking prior to going live, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to put you backstage. He's like, you put me back in my bottle. But and let's say hello to everybody. Could you see the people on?
No, I can't.
Oh, could I share? Am I able to share it with you?
I think if you
Well,
go
it's the usual.
the
Let's say
usual
hello. We have Giles, Francisco, John, Cynthia. Hello, everybody. Let's keep on Shay. Who else do we have? We have Maria G in the house. Who else? That's about it's the usual. Golf, John. Truth. What's up? Kathleen, hello. Keep on scrolling. Golf, Butterfly Kisses, Johnny Pivolone, 77 The Truth, Evans. Well, people, what we're going to talk about is all the stuff that's going on with Sammy Gravano. Thinks he's above the law. Thinks he could do anything he wants to. And it's sad because he's trying to take advantage of these women like Anna and other people that are working there. And I'll let Anna tell most of the story because really this has to stop. Law enforcement, his former parole officer Joe Wagner didn't do his job obviously. And Anna, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he accept gifts from Sammy?
Right. Yeah. Yep.
And people, let me tell you something. Any type of gift, whether it be a bottle of water, signed, any type of just a bottle of water, they're not allowed. They're not allowed to take anything from you. Nothing at all. That's called a bribe. That's bribery. Can't take anything. They're not allowed. They are an officer of the court. They're supposed to be governing, watching you, not letting you get away with everything and taking gifts. Mm-hmm. So that's not allowed. And I think you told me that somebody reported Sammy to his probation office, and they said they mentioned, is Sammy aware that you're telling us? Does Sammy know this?
Yeah, one of the victims did, and there's more than 2 victims, Dom, that are coming forward. I want to be really careful with that because they are processing trauma and what they went through over there and the abuse that they endured, and I want to respect their wishes, but as you can imagine, they're upset, they're angry, they're scared, they're terrified. They don't know how they're going to pay their rent next month. They are, should I leave the city? I don't know. I'm aware of threats that were made against my life to this person because, the show and the movie and Hollywood and the glitz and the money and the glamour is the idol. That is what they're idol worshiping over there. So it's unfortunate.
No, it's sad. It's sad. And especially the threats. And we all know it was said. I never saw when I was there. He never presented it to me. But also Sammy has a firearm. I saw the text messages going back and forth about the gun. Mm-hmm. But he has a firearm and he made some threats, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. And I know we all know they're watching, right? We all know that they're sitting there Amina, Sterling, Sammy, Gerard, Louise, Emily, everybody's watching. And taking notes, Dom, taking notes against you to take you down, taking notes against me to take me down. It is common knowledge of the firearm. And it's sad because it's almost like, oh yeah, we know. But when you really think about it and you get into a situation where you become a victim and you become on the other side, and now you are looked at as an enemy and a threat, it's a very scary place to be.
And I was showing a text message just so the people know.
Mm-hmm.
With Sammy actually telling people to make up lies about me, to report false claims.
Yep.
And I don't know if everybody realizes that's a crime.
Mm-hmm.
That's a crime. Even Sammy's like, and I can't believe this, with law enforcement, from what I was told, it was brought to their attention. They just they overlook everything. Like he has carte blanche.
I mean,
You know what, Anna? Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Because the threats, even from what I've heard, that he made threats on your life. Am I correct?
Correct.
Threats on my life.
Right.
Not that he said it to me, but he told people he's going to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
That in itself. So if Sammy does come out here and puts a bullet in my head, the probation officers should be responsible because they're aware of all this.
Right.
They are aware of this.
Yeah.
And really, it's a shame. They have a position to protect us, especially from animals like Sammy, he's a serial killer. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
He has no compassion or empathy for anybody, even the Kaiser family.
He mimics it very well, though. He will cry in front of you. He will, by after a 15-minute conversation with him, you feel so bad for him. And that's the text. I'm just getting flooded with text about the coercion, the level of manipulation that this woman went through. And she's like, I actually didn't even know you and I hated you because of what they were telling me. And this just attack on me and how Amina was helping them. And, I don't mean to jump to that immediately, but he has these people around him that do his dirty work and insulate him and cover for him and protect him in a way. And I know because I was one of them and I was wrong for doing it. And I take full accountability for that. And other women that came to me while they were working there, asking me for help and protection. And I didn't know how to help them. I didn't know how to protect them. And to this day, they are still doing the dirty work for him.
It's sad. It really is sad. And I think there was one person too from the beginning that I met.
Mm-hmm.
He traumatized her bad, correct?
Correct.
And really, this young lady was a sweetheart, always bubbly, always nice. And it's like, wow, that I felt so bad. I had to apologize to her, and I'm like, please don't look at us all because we were former mobsters. That we're all animals like that. And really, it's sad, especially what he's doing to women.
Yes.
It's disgusting. And if you can share some, it's just repulsive, especially at an 80, he's 80, right? 82?
80. Yeah.
And for an 80-year-old man to do what he's doing, it's just really over the top. He's sick. He definitely needs help. Definitely, without a doubt. And he needs to be stopped at this point.
Right. But the problem is he doesn't see a problem with his behavior. And even if he does, it's always pushing the line of what can you get away with. And that is a true criminal psychology. That is a true part of the antisocial personality disorder and the psychopathy that he has, or the sociopathy that he has. And that's why he's able to live amongst us and get by just the skin of his teeth with things that have gone on in the valley that I know about. And I can't share everything because there will be there will be a more of a mainstream media interview with all of this and the victims. So it's coming. And it is, like I said, it is a scary place to be. A lot of them are scared to come forward, and they haven't done so for a very long time. And one of them just left just recently at the end of July. And they're still contacting the victims. They are still trying to reach out and get them to come back to work. The delusion is is insanity.
Well, and I hate to say, you're one of them.
I am. You're right. And
you're one of them that, like, he even has the audacity, like, okay, we'll make everything good and just come back. Everything will be hunky-dory.
It's crazy. I'm like, why are you calling me? Why are you texting me? That's how you killed your best friends in the mafias. You tried to lure them in. Everything's going to be great. We're going to make up. Should I call off the divorce lawyer? It's like, no, out of touch with reality.
And folks, let me tell you something. Anna's terrified. And I'm just putting it out there. She's terrified. And we talk a lot and we go over things. And I told her, you know what, it's time to come out a little bit because law enforcement, they're not doing anything. And she does need to step out a little bit. This way, at least it'll shed light on it because who knows? Maybe other women will come out and somebody will probably listen. Hopefully, eventually, they'll get off their asses and do their jobs. But really, it's just like, and there's no remorse from this guy. No, I'm sorry. You know what? I made a mistake. Am I correct? Like, there's just no, like.
It was so scary that when I left, and then just they were already reaching out to people when they knew I was on my way out. So this is the playbook. They knew how to do this. They knew how to prey on women. They knew how to bring them in. All the carrots that got dangled with the show and the merch line and all of this and that is how they bring them in. Him and Gerard do this, okay? And when it was like a couple weeks, not even a couple weeks, they already had somebody new. And I knew about this because I've lived here my whole life. Okay. Everybody calls me and tells me everything, like sends me screenshots. I know.
Right.
They think they're so stealth, but whatever. And so just in a couple of weeks, they already had somebody in there. And the stories that this woman is telling me are just horrific. Worse than almost what I went through. So she's trying to come to a place of getting ready to, say her story. And I commend her. I commend her bravery. I commend anybody else's bravery that's going to come forward and put light on this darkness. And, I don't mean to keep going back to the people around him, but I'm getting calls from people that I work with in production in Arizona, how Amina is calling them just yesterday, begging for parts of acting parts, saying, everything from helping Sammy in this lawsuit that they're painting this picture that I'm some big, horrible person and that she can prove all my lies. And she sat next to Sammy, pulling all the text messages, emails to try to paint me in some horrific person and that I'm money hungry and I'm this whore. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I took the pay cut so you can put food on your table for your kids. You took the money. I got cut on my pay. So you see this level of ungratefulness and this common theme of the type of people that stick with him. It's me, gimme. And her first day at work, she said, Sammy, make me famous. I'll do anything. Make me famous. I couldn't believe, I was like, no way, dude. This is insane. But this is what we're dealing with. And she called the director that I work with just yesterday. Finally, he returned her call. And she said, I have no beef with Anna. I don't want any trouble. I don't have any beef with her. We're cool. If you have any acting jobs for me, let me know and I'll get in there. And anything you need help, so she might be realizing, and Dom, you said it great the other day, was she plays 5 ways. What did you say? 5 ways down the middle?
Yeah, it's five angles from the middle.
Oh, she's very good at that. And
I noticed that too because she texts me, hey, could you leave my name out of it? I have kids, I have this, I have that. But yet you're contacting my YouTube followers, telling them not to come on. You're reporting stuff that I'm doing as illegal, and I'm not doing anything illegal.
right.
Wow. So you'll make lies against other people. You'll try to hurt other people's livelihood. You'll talk about OCN Coin reporting that it's fraudulent. We're doing illegal activities. Wow, that's a criminal act in itself. That's a criminal act. So here we're struggling. We're getting things together. We're doing things the right way. We're helping people, and they're hurting people. They want to hurt everybody.
But they're the victim. They're the victim. Anytime you call them out, no, please.
Yeah, no. And they go around playing that victim role.
Very well.
You know what? Sammy's a very jealous, envious person with everybody. And Sammy's not happy unless there's arguments going on. But Sammy has to be the center of attention. And I saw that with Mikey Scars. Sammy talks stuff about him. And I'm like, Sammy, I don't want to hear it. At the time, even now, I have nothing against Mikey. Just whatever happened. But at least he's a class guy. He minds his own business, does his own thing. But he goes after Sammy because he's exposing Sammy. Sammy's just really an evil person. I mean, there's no other way to put it. They killed his wife's brother for money, for the business. That is really, I mean, it's horrific. It's disgusting. It really is.
Yeah.
But you ladies definitely are doing the right thing. You have to shed light on this.
Yeah.
And I know because I have agents that call me, I have police. Listen, we had the cop from that arrested me back in the day on the show. He came on and he commented. But we know law enforcement watches us. They got to get off their butts and do something now, because what are you going to wait till this guy kills somebody? He has a gun. He's a convicted felon. Gerard's a convicted felon. That's a felon in possession of a firearm. Like, guys, you have to stop. You have to stop, because if somebody winds up dead because of this homicidal maniac,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Right.
obviously they could sleep at night. They just don't care. They're in a position of law enforcement where they're supposed to care. They're supposed to protect, especially women. And you had the audacity to tell the woman, does Sammy know you're talking to me? Wow. What
Yeah.
type of question is that from a law enforcement officer?
And there's obviously a lot more that's going on in the background, and there's a lot more to the story. But, you know, yeah, if anything happens to me or my family or any of the other victims or their family, we all know who it is.
And Sammy went as far, if I'm not mistaken, even your son,
Yeah,
he
oh,
said
man,
something to. And I have to bring that out
I
because I
know.
want people to know, Anna, how low and disgusting this guy is. And your son's only what, 17 years old?
My son's 25,
Oh,
and
okay.
they know. Listen, I'm gonna put it this way: my ex-sister-in-law took a felony for that ecstasy case because she didn't snitch on them. My other cousin was in prison with Sammy and Gerard and saw the snitch papers and knows a lot. When I say I've lived here my whole life and I have deep roots here with my family, I know a lot. And it's like, I don't say anything, I don't expose it. I'm really trying to come from a place for compassion. But when you bring my kid into it, and anybody that's working with him and trying to take me down and hurt my kid and contact his dad's side and my ex's side and all of that family, they are the last people you want to get involved in this. And you're going to mess with their grandkid and you're going to mess with their son. And my ex is not happy about it. And I know that they were trying to contact them. Gerard and Sammy were having Amina and the other victim try to contact them. So you're sitting here, you're messing with people's kids, you're messing with people's careers, their money, their livelihoods, and ultimately their safety in their lives. It's not okay.
No, it's not. It's not. And let me tell you something. It's just, you as a woman, and I know, so I went through this with my wife when she was at Telemundo, the sexual harassment, the innuendos, the groping. But what you told me he did, I think it's beyond that. Would you like to share some of the things? So, like, they're hearing it from you.
I can't go. I want to stay away from all the details, but what you read in that letter, Dom didn't even, what you guys don't know, Dom didn't read the whole letter. He read some parts of it, but there are other parts in that letter that are disgusting. And what I'm hearing from the other victims, it's pretty bad. Like,
It was worse. I mean,
was,
correct me if I'm wrong, because I'll say it.
go ahead.
Actually, masturbating right in front of them, taking out his thing and masturbating.
Yeah. In the home.
And so, and if I'm not mistaken, they were saying drinking, drugging.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting the text messages.
What they were saying.
Yeah. Yep. Allegedly, that's what the text message would say.
Right.
I see even in their conversations with Sammy and this woman's conversations, and she's begging, she's pleading, please stop. I just want to come in and work. I just want to, please, no more sex talk, please. And it's very graphic what she was asking, please stop. And he's admitting to it in the text. He's like, I won't. It's like, what do you do? So this is a habit. This is a pattern. They prey on these women, and it doesn't stop until the woman psychologically breaks.
And it's sad. It really is sad, because you know what? They're going there trying to advance in life. They, like Anna says, he dangles out the carrot with all these promises. He's going to help them out. They're going to star in the movie. That's what he did with the young lady from Connecticut. You're going to star in my movie. And she did a ton of work for him with his website, with other things. And at the end of the day, he burnt her.
Really
like
bad.
we did with you, Anna. Same thing.
Oh, like I said, when everything comes out on a mainstream level, it's I'm going to say the names, and I will, and I don't have a problem with it and what really happened, because when the truth is on your side, it's like, I don't need to look up here and grab the story like a Our Thing podcast. I don't need to take a second. No, here's the truth. What happened? A to Z. Let's go.
And people, let me tell you something. So also, whoever's gives me donations tonight, I saw a few come through. I'm forwarding whatever you guys donate to their GoFundMe account for you, Anna,
Okay.
because I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing it for views. I'm doing this because this guy needs to be stopped before somebody gets hurt, somebody gets killed. This is ridiculous at this point. It's just really, really. I had a conversation with somebody last night that I was with, and all I said was, "Listen, I don't just because I'm talking to one person and the other person, they're not talking to each other. I treat everybody equal. I feel I treat everybody fairly.
Mhm.
And but if you're going to start a fight with me, I'll go all out." And Sammy rekindled this disagreement with his nonsense as far as telling people not to follow me, threatening people, telling them, well, I'm going to block you if you continue to watch Dom's show, because he's jealous of the success I've been having on the show.
Yeah.
And you know what, Anna? And I never even brought this up to anybody. When Michael came out with the first video for me, and we got over 500,000 views right away on it,
Yeah.
I saw Sammy starting to do the same thing I was doing.
Sure.
He restarted. I'm like, look at this. And Michael brought it to my attention as well. That's
Mhm.
how jealous and envious this guy is, folks. And really, people like that are dangerous. And we know he's dangerous. Look what he did in his former life. Actually, I can't even say former life. He still thinks he's a gangster.
He definitely thinks he's the underdog. I have stories, Dom, that I've seen him explode on women, young women, women as young as 20. And I'm like, oh my God, he really still thinks he's running the Gambino family as the underboss at Tally's right now. Like, I'm like, oh my God.
But Anna, you know the funny part? It's with women.
It's only women. That's what I was going to say. The people that were reaching out to your followers and your subscribers were his gumadas. And I'm like, oh my God, are you this for? And I'm seeing the screenshots and I'm like, oh, this is pathetic. I was like, oh no.
It's sad. It really is sad. It's unbelievable. But law enforcement needs to do something. They really, really do. This has to stop. It has to stop. They have a job they're supposed to uphold and protect people. And this man, they're just giving him like carte blanche because he's Sammy the Bull.
Yeah.
And he's dangerous, extremely dangerous, and really. And I commend you for coming out, bringing this to light. Hopefully, the other young lady will be okay as well. But and like I said, I always tell, and you're on, Anna. Everybody here becomes your power in numbers. So the more women that come forward with this, the more powerful you are. And law enforcement's going to have to do something. We got 400, almost 500 people in this live right now, Anna. People, you need to, and I'm sorry, I don't want to see nobody locked up, but he has to be stopped before somebody gets killed. You need to contact the federal government, the local authorities, if anybody knows anything with this guy, and really, or ask them, or just call the probation department in Phoenix, Arizona, and ask them what's going on. We heard sexual harassment. Call the news, because, and that bothers me too, because Anna, they have him on Fox News and on this news channel talking about Sean Diddy Combs. And I don't agree with what happened, but that man, you know what? He had willing participants.
Sure.
Because his freak offs, it's disgusting, yes, but the women did it even without him. But you know what? That's disgusting. In my book, it's disgusting. However, Sammy's talking about him, how repulsive it is, and yet Sammy's assaulting his female staff members, putting his tongue down people's throats, kissing them, groping them, and they're not willing participants, but that's okay. But they have him on there commentating about Diddy, and he's saying how disgusting, how repulsive it is, but he doesn't see what he's doing. It's okay.
Right.
That's dangerous. That shows that man is really, he has some major issues.
Mhm.
And folks, you really come on, let's help support Anna, the other women to step forward, because this does have to stop. And Amina, you know what? I met Amina. I think she was a sweetheart as a person, speaking with her. And they would even joke when I was there. They call her Amina Red Carpet. So
Yeah.
she wants that
That's
stardom so bad. But to
yeah.
put up your morals, your religion, that
Oh,
Sammy berates you being a Muslim, makes fun of you, chastises you, and you allow that?
it's discrimination.
That's bad. That's bad. That's really disgusting.
And my heart like breaks for her too, because it is like a cult. You have to show devout loyalty. You cannot, if he tells you a story, you better believe it's gospel, or else if you like, oh, well, you said last time it happened, you can't do any of that. You can't go against, there's no rub over there. It is devout loyalty. And my heart breaks for her because, like you said, she wants it so bad, and she's right there. She's at the dinner. She's in LA. She's doing all the things that she ever wanted to do. And she thinks like this is her path and her access to the big leagues. And it's sadly
And
sad.
Anna, correct me if I'm wrong. She's a devout Muslim. So during Ramadan, I think it was Ramadan, she's praying.
Yeah.
Sammy forced her to come into work.
Yeah.
Stop. That's, folks, that's bad.
On a Sunday when her daughter just got out, like had really bad pneumonia. So there was like 2 weeks in there that were really crazy at the end of February. And she was home with her daughter that had pneumonia, and she was in and out of the hospital with her. And it was just a you know what show, because the incessant need that he needs you there. It's a 24-hour a day job with him. He's very needy and clingy. So if you don't answer his text or his call, he like freaks out. I don't know if it's something with like an abandonment issue he has, or a rejection issue he has. I've seen this with other people like James Carroll and people that have left him. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. But she's a devout Muslim, and she does not drink alcohol. She, she's a great mom. And that's why I'm like, I know there's this good side to her, but when I see you calculating with somebody who's trying to take me down, and you're a part of that and hurting my child and hurting my family and my career, what can I do? I told her I would meet her, when this whole thing blew up. I said, this is abusive, right? And she goes, I know. And I said, if the day you ever leave, I will be there for you and I will help you, but I can't stay. I can't. Well, I've already been fired, but that's another retaliation story. But she goes, okay. And she stayed, and then she started going on the trips to LA and doing all those fun things with the scripted show team and whatever. And she, I guess, apparently, allegedly told Sammy that I bribed her to join my lawsuit and that I was going to pay her to join me. And I'm like, I'm like, oh my God. So it's like hard to, how do I have compassion for the people that I know are victims when they're actively participating on my downfall?
Right.
So it's a very hard juxtaposition to be in.
It's sad. It really is sad, especially him. He's not reformed.
No.
He's just really. And I heard the way he spoke to his son when I was there, banging the table, putting his hands out. And really, the kid didn't do anything wrong. Like, he's that explosive. Like, it's just really, it's uncalled for. It's really uncalled for. And he thinks he is in the mob. He wants that power. He's power hungry.
Yeah.
And those people are dangerous like that. They really are. And he has no regard for the law. Listen, I remember I did time with him in the Woodsack unit. So I was going to church, and he would make fun. Like, anything he could capitalize, he'll do. He became an Indian because they had the tobacco. Like, you're joining a religion to believe, to pray, to learn about God, learn about scripture, whatever the case may be. He just went in there to smoke. Like, that's the only reason. Like, he really, even, listen, he was baptized. You were there, right?
God. Yeah.
And that was just, Sammy will do anything for views, trying to get the Christians in. He wants to be Michael so bad, and I'm sorry I have to say that.
No.
It destroys him. It kills him. He wants to be Michael. He couldn't even be on Michael. He couldn't amount to Michael's sole of his shoe.
Mm-mm.
Like, I mean, just,
Yeah.
I don't know. You want to add to that? Because I'm speechless at this
So
point.
true. And I've heard that one of the victims that just left, that she was over there when you started doing your shows and trickling out this news that was coming out. And it's an obsession. She said it's all day, every day, hours and hours. All they do is talk about you, Dom, how to take you down, pull up the threads of the emails, the texts, make you look bad, give it to the lawyers, sit on it, wait for the lawyer to call back. Like it's an obsession, and it's hours. And I know that's true because when other employees left there in these big blowout fights, that's exactly the pattern. We'd have to sit there, spend the whole day going through finances and changing passwords on everything. It's a complete, you know what, show.
Right, right.
So I believe her.
It's sad. Anna, I'm going to see, let's see if anybody has questions they want to ask. Okay. Good.
Just
Yep.
a few comments that, and I'm not, I would come on TV. I would go on to look at you straight on.
Yeah.
There's so many non-believers that how could this happen? Why didn't you speak up sooner, leave sooner? No one knows because no one's walked in your feet. And having been in your position, not in your specific position, but in a similar position, there's so many reasons
Thank you.
why things happened or you're allowed. In my case, it was I needed to take care of me. I needed to take care of someone else that I was raising, a family member.
Right.
You think, no, that was crazy. It's not going to happen again. If I say something, I'm the one that's going to be the outcast, which happened. So instead of the perpetrator being let go, I had to prove my innocence.
Right.
And we're talking NBC.
No, it's
You're
just
shamed. You're belittled.
Right.
You're not believed. So I get your passion. And if he's supposed to be a changed man,
he's not changed. He's not changed. So there's no way about it, without a doubt. Well, we have Shay saying also, I put it up, and you could see that, right?
Yeah.
Sammy went born again Christian route. Figured it would give him more followers like Michael.
Yeah.
You're right. I think so. Anna, you were there, so you have more insight with that.
Yep, absolutely. It's when you blaspheme the name of Jesus, that's a demonic spirit inside of that person. And it's a journey, right? Like you're not just because you get dunked in the water, all of a sudden you're this changed person. It is a journey of crucifying the flesh and spending time with God in the secret place and studying the word and scripture. And it's relation, it's not religion. And to just highlight something because it's a fancy schmancy church or a big name pastor or whatever, that's religiosity. That's legalism. That's not God. That's not Jesus. That's not what he died. I'm going to cry. That's not what he died for our sins for. And when you sit there and knowing this, and this is part of the torture, right? Like he was knowing I'm a Christian. And I do admit that, Maddie, you're right. I backslid being there. I was cussing more. I was drinking more. And that's the same pattern with the other victims. But when you blaspheme the name of Jesus in front of a Christian, it's traumatizing in a way where you're like, oh my God, like, what do you even say to this person? How do you even, I literally would just start praying in my head. And then he's blaspheming, the Muslim religion in front of Amina, and they're the scum of the earth, and like all the things he would say. And I was going through the text messages and the voice notes too this week. And it's like, everybody's agreeing that, oh no, Anna, you took the most abuse. I split my, for an example, I split my Christmas bonus. Okay. He gave everybody a Christmas bonus, but this one girl that he was torturing. And I gave her half of my bonus, and I have it in text. She goes, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I said, no, it's not fair. He shouldn't have done that in front of everybody here. She goes, no, you take the most abuse from him. Wow. So here I am trying to make it right, for him, for me, for her. Like, that's the psychology you're in. You're in a state of coercion. You're in a state of duress. You just want to, as a woman, you want to nurture and make it better.
And people, just so you know, I did see that text message that Anna shared with me as well, where the girl thanked her for splitting the bonus with her.
Mhm.
And Anna wasn't getting paid that much either.
God.
I mean, it's just,
Yeah. But apparently I'm some big, I extort men for money. This is their narrative. I extort men for money. I use my sexuality. I'm this big whore. And I'm like, where's the Rolls Royce?
no, I listen, I know from working with you for the past 3, 4, 5 months,
Mm-hmm.
Anna's helped me out tremendously. There's times where we set things up. I told them she hasn't made a penny, but I told the other people, if you're going to pay me, give it to Anna. I don't want the money. But Anna does things out of the goodness of her heart. She's a very, you know what? She's a hard worker and she looks to help people. But Anna, that'll come back. What goes around comes around in life. So that's good karma you're putting out there. But she's definitely not a money hungry person from what I've known of her over these past few months.
The opposite, actually. Very, very helpful without expecting anything back or a reason.
What are you doing? Oh, you're reading?
No, I'm saying.
Oh, well, you're looking in the phone. I'm thinking you're reading.
Oh, no, I'm multitasking.
Oh, wow.
So, Steph said, Dom, Anna, are there numerous victims?
Yes.
Yes, there are numerous victims. They're numerous. And it's sad. It's really sad. But, at the end of the day, hopefully law enforcement, the only thing I don't like is the threats that he's going to shoot you. He's going to shoot me. If he's pushed in the corner, what corner? What corner is he pushed him? Exposing him?
Right. It's
not even as a human being to call you or text you. You know what, Anna, I'm sorry. Let's make amends. Let's just to apologize. He makes you feel like you're the one who's wrong, but he'll take you back.
Right. Right. Exactly. And that's the gaslighting. You have to remember this was a lifelong prolific criminal. Okay. The civilians are not used to the level of gaslighting and manipulation. This girl that just left, she's like, I feel so stupid. I'm a strong woman. I'm smart. I used to make great money. Like I know what I'm doing. I'm so resilient. I can't believe I fell for this. Like I believe them.
And Sammy's God is money. That's it. And I realized that when I went to him with the vodka deal, calling it Bull River. And then all of a sudden he came up with a story. His family came from Canada. They traveled down the Bull River. Never knew where the Bull River was till I mentioned it to him. But I saw his greed when I had guys putting up $1 million to start a vodka company. And Sammy was like, well, tell them to give me $250 cash and I'll give you something out of that. Like, Sammy, they're putting up $1 million. You're getting 25% of a company without putting any skin in the game. He's just that greedy. He's that greedy. And you've helped him a lot. Tremendous.
Oh, God. Yes. So when people say, like, why did you stay so long? Why didn't you help the other people? I was working so hard. Like I said, it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And again, I go through like the evidence that I have, and it all explains how and why. And yes, the studios, me, the hookups to do table in the back with the restaurants and the catering and Dom, you were there, the birthday, me.
I was there, and it was your friend's restaurant. And I know.
Yep.
Nice gentleman, too. Really nice. And it's sad. It's sad. This guy really doesn't care who he steps on, who he crushes, who he hurts. And for what? For what? You're 80 years old. You're washed up. You're a rat. You're not even a mobster anymore. He's a rat. Just like me. He's a rat. He ratted. He couldn't even, his first pinch, he told. Couldn't even, told first time out. Couldn't do time. Then he talks about his ecstasy case. Well, I did time. No, you did time because they caught you red-handed. And they were locking up your whole family.
Right.
So, you had no choice. You couldn't tell on anybody. There was nothing to tell about.
Right.
And correct me if I'm wrong, because you know more about that than I do.
No, you're exactly right. And I'll tell you how he controls his kids and his family and people around him. I'll give you one story. when we watched the screener for the Sons of Ecstasy from Tallis, he got so mad at Gerard because Gerard told the truth in an interview. My dad ran it. My dad's the one that wanted to do it. He absolutely said that at the table. I'm running things in Arizona, or whatever the quote was.
Right.
And he's like, get the producers.
And Anna, I'm sorry
Okay.
that you say that. And I know Sammy. Sammy always denied it. It was never me. It was my kids. I took the weight for my kids. So I didn't know Gerard came out and told the truth on that. That was his father.
They had to cut that out. He called the producers immediately, and they They cut out that part of the documentary, and they made Gerard do voiceovers next door at Richie's to cover that, to take the blame off of him. And the victim that just came out corroborates all that. I didn't even tell her that. She's saying, "Oh, Gerard told me everything." And just like Gerard calls Francis and tells all the stuff that goes on over there. And, poor Michael, he's, trying to help him and listen to him and let him, lament to him and things. It's not like I'm giving out military secrets. Like this is common knowledge, like how things are over there and how it controls. And even the new victim told me allegedly Karen is acting like HR now. Think of me. She told the girl, think of me as HR. Call me if there's a problem. Like, I'm like, oh my God.
Wow. Well, the kids are always going to stick up for the father regardless. And as far as Michael always sees the good in people. He believes in people. And, that's, and I think Sammy uses everything he can to his benefit, to manipulate. Sammy's just really not a nice person. Not a nice person. Get Maddie.
So JJ Lambone's Cloudy Production, Mafia Stories asks, Anna, are any of his other family members involved with covering up and threatening you and others?
I know Gerard said some pretty nasty things to me on text. His lawyer in LA actually threatened me, and somebody else was actually here in the room and heard it and recorded it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And then Francisco asked, Anna, how did Peanuts leave? Because Sammy said she left to finish her studies.
Here's the story. That it's always, they left because they were so in love with me. They left because they couldn't handle it. They were so in love with me. The story I heard from somebody that was there, Peanuts walked out the side door, blocked him, and never talked to him ever again. It was bad. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing over and over. It's the pattern. I wasn't there when Peanuts was there, or Zaza, but I've heard it was pretty catastrophic for them. They were getting sick. They were getting very ill working there. One of the other girls got ill working there. It literally just depletes and emotionally exhausts you and drains you on every level.
You know what? Even when I was talking to them, folks, and I went out there, I would come home and Maddie's like, my wife, how was it? I said, Maddie, it went well, but he is draining. He sucks all the energy. And we had no arguments, folks. There was no arguments. It was just draining. You have to watch like every word. Mm-hmm. One of the things, that table in the back, and you girls were there, like when I'm sitting with him at the table, number one, he puts his hands in like it's like a caveman eating food. And we're going back and forth, and he talks about Vinny. So I said, yeah, Vinny had about 12 bodies, all off record. Off record? Vinny doesn't know the life then. You can't do that. So I turned around to Sammy. I'm like, didn't you kill the boss? Isn't that not allowed? Like, you're not supposed to kill the boss? And I saw he started getting mad, and I left it at that because I wasn't looking to agitate that time. But I didn't know all these women too. That's another thing. Peanut, Zaza, who else? There's a slew of them then.
There's a bunch.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. You have any questions, Meg?
Well, that was, how many other women somebody had, and I just went down the list. How many women have left?
Oh God. At least 6.
At least 6. Wow.
Yeah, it's a small place. It's just, it's not Apple.
We have TF saying, Jesus said, you will know them by their fruits. The fruits of the Spirit are love, joy, peace, long suffering, kindness, gentleness, and meekness. Very good. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. You know what, folks? It's sad. It's really a sad day, especially. Listen, I've been through a lot in my life, um, and it's difficult coming out, turning your life around. But I felt being a little bit older, you calm down and you want to do better. You want to do good. You want to conform into society. But Sammy's, it's just like you said, evil. There's no conforming. If you tell him, Sammy, you're ratted. I ain't rat. Like, what would you call it? You're not a gangster. I'm still gangster.
Yeah.
I really, it's like he never grew up, I guess, or that's part of a Napoleon complex, I think. I've never seen a person as unremorseful as he is.
Well, it's never his fault. It's your fault. It's my fault. It's everybody who's left fault.
And it's sad. It's really, and then he begrudges people to make money. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, it's all about him, me. And it's sad. It's sad. That's why I think John Gotti was getting ready to kill him, because there was a lot of talk there. Sammy was going out of control, and he went in there by default with Frankie DeChico. Frankie DeChico doesn't get killed. Sammy's never an underboss. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I could be mistaken, but just hearing everybody, he just never had that quality.
Right.
It's sad. It's sad what all you women are going through. Mm-hmm. It's sad because you know what? You're trying to excel in life, achieve accomplishments.
Right.
And all you ask for is a credit here, a credit there, and producing. Like, what are you asking for? Even with me, what did I tell you, Anna? If I get a deal somewhere, even if you're not part of it, I'll get you in there for a credit. Like, people, it's about helping other people, about doing good. Right. This man is so jealous of everybody, even the people that are helping him, putting him in a position for success.
Right.
It's just,
right.
I don't know how you endured it that long. I really don't.
I would talk to people and they're like, dude, what's wrong with you? Like, something's, like, the life is gone. Like, the spark is gone. The life behind your eyes is gone. Like, people definitely saw a change in me while I was there. And the girls sent me pictures of before, during, and after. And I'll send it to you, Dom. It's complete. It looks like I said, like, everything's drained out.
Right. Yeah, no, he sucks all the energy out of you. That's like one of those evil villains, those monsters that just, they take your heart and soul out of you. Mm-hmm. You know what? Everything in life, Anna, happens for a reason. So, hopefully this is positive for you. I know number one, it's positive. You're out of that toxic environment. But moving forward, things will work out. You just have to take it one day at a time. Be strong. And hopefully these other women will step up. And then you girls could move forward, and hopefully law enforcement, the probation, will do their jobs.
So Francisco said A-Light was supposed to take Sammy out. A-Light said in one of his videos.
Okay. So.
Thank you, Francisco.
Big Arm says, keep up the good work, Anna. There you go.
Thank you.
Let's see what John says. Sammy would even step in the room with Dom Sammy wouldn't, I guess. Mm-hmm. Step in the room with Dom at all. Sammy's so full of himself that he can't even be man and responsible for his actions. So true. So true. Mm-hmm. It's really, it's not good. It's not good. But what bothers me, and even this new girl stated, and I saw her in the text, he's telling his staff members to file reports that I'm doing illegal activities with the coin, trying to knock every time somebody posts about the coin. It's illegal. It's wrong. It's a scam. It's this. Wow. So you're hurting everybody. You don't care who invested, who did what. You know what? That is really an evil, evil person. He needs to be taken off the streets, because that's filing false police reports. That's a crime in itself, especially to the authorities.
Well, even some of your people that do all the posting and do the OCN and they work hard on that, they told me, they're like, why did mine get reported for fraud? And it's like, I feel bad because it's because of what we're talking about, that's the attack, and it's dirty. It's below the belt. When you start taking down people's businesses and messing with their kids and their families, like expect that to come back to you then.
Yeah. That's why he'll never achieve anything. All his deals, he does have a name. He's a legend. He's definitely a legend without a doubt. But why hasn't he have a deal yet? How long has he been out? I'm out since 2013. He was out before me. And yet he has 0 deals in Hollywood. Why is that, Anna?
Everybody walks away from him in the end.
And what's the reason? The greed?
The greed, the liability on him, if you're going to associate your name with him and he does something crazy, or do you want that blemish, that tarnish, that reputational damage on your studio? You got a lot to lose. I mean, there's a lot of things that are going to come out. And do you know what I mean? Do these studios want to be associated with somebody who makes racist remarks about critically acclaimed people that you're working with?
Right.
It's and that's why I'm talking, is because I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of being attacked. The people around you are bringing up my kid, trying to contact my ex's family, and coming at me and damaging my career and reputation and trying to sabotage it with people that love me and people that I work with that know me.
Right.
And it's really just having an opposite effect for them. And that's the way,
And haven't they even called your current employer and try to wreck your job, destroy you there as well, your livelihood?
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, and I'm trying to like say it in the nicest way, but it's like,
Right.
you're trying to smear me and slander and libel and defame me with people that I've worked with that know me, that they're like, they shut it down. They're like, I don't want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it. And I'm just like, well, thanks. Thanks. I hope my proof is in the pudding, so.
I'm just,
I
it
know.
frustrates me because really I look at it, he was in organized crime. To me, organized crime is the pinnacle of a group, an organization. And I've always held myself to a high esteem with that. You're supposed to, when you go into the life in the mafia, you're supposed to be better than all the civilians. You are the elite out there. You're not supposed to bully people. You're supposed to respect people. But, and then you have the opportunity, not the opportunity, or the tool at your hand to take somebody's life if they are disrespectful. But Sammy's just the total opposite of all that. Like he's like gutter. And I'm sorry, that's the best way I could put it. Like there's so many accolades I could give for him.
Yeah.
It's just gutter. Gutter is simple. He's just trash all the way around. He has no compassion, empathy for anybody, anything. It's all about him, greed, selfish. I mean,
Yeah.
It's just, I could go on. It's just like, I'm lost for words, and that's hard for me.
Well, one of the threats was, if I make him lose his show, that's when he's going to come after me. If he, like you said, if he's backed up in a corner or he feels like his back against the wall, he's going to take his gun and use it on me. So it's like, hold up. When I first started there, you didn't have anything. You had your podcast, and even James Carroll had walked away from him at that point. My first month there, I had him a meeting with Legendary Studios, okay, with Carmi, who is the president of the television department and programming over there. They walked. My friend who set up that meeting with Mary Parent, passed just from that meeting, because they know, you know what I mean? Another deal had blown up in the middle of that, and that will come out later, but it's everybody walks away from him. And that is the common thread and theme and pattern that I have seen with him. And now I know why. And I could try to convince myself when I was there, just hold on, just hold on, just hold on. The show's going to happen. You can't.
That's frustrating. I know, because you think you're over the hump, that you're getting over the hump here. This is your breakout. And all right, let me endure this a little bit longer. I'll tolerate it. And then Once we get over the hump, I'm off on my own. I'm doing my own thing. I feel for you. I definitely feel for you with that. You didn't deserve it. Neither did the other women. That's for sure.
And that's
Ryan asked, were you there when Gerard hit Lee Cole? Lee said Sammy was telling Gerard, get him out of the car.
correct. I was in the conference room with an investor. We just got done with an investor meeting. They went outside to smoke, and that's when that all went down.
So yes, she was there.
And the flying monkeys, you know, like they say the narcissist has flying monkeys that do their bidding and stuff. So when all this stuff was going down about, oh, come back, just stick it out, you know, his people are texting me, calling me all the time. I have hundreds of messages with Louise saying, oh, you guys are just having a lover's quarrel, like making all the excuses for him. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, you're not well. You're not well. Like, this is battered woman syndrome. And I knew, like, that's when I was just like putting all the red flags together, just over and over and over. And I just finally had to come to a place of acceptance.
No, it's really, it's not cool. It's not good. I feel for you. And like I said, hopefully we'll shed light on this. Hopefully it's not going to stop.
Oh,
it's not going to stop, folks. You could see that already. If he's been through 6, 7, 8 women already doing the same thing, he's not going to stop. He needs to be stopped. So,
I hope no.
And then he has a gun. This is a guy who killed 19 people. 19 people.
Minimum.
Probation. Law enforcement was told. Probation was told. First thing they're supposed to do: go raid homes, cars, everything. Everything. This is a guy who killed 19 people. They're allowing him to have a gun. Allowing him. Go ahead, man.
So there was a comment made earlier. I don't know who it was. Like, Dom, seriously, you're telling call the cops. But I guess is that why, Anna? Because he literally has threatened your life.
Correct.
Yeah, people, you know what? Again, I don't want to see anybody locked up, but I don't want to see anybody get killed either.
Right.
Threatened her life. He's threatened my life. Me, I could care less. If he comes, I'm okay. I'll handle myself. But to threaten a woman that lives by him, even the other woman lives by him.
Right.
To threaten them, they has a gun. Come on. I don't want to see anybody get killed. And to me, this is all nonsense. It's nonsense. But to Sammy, this is a man, again, he killed his brother-in-law. He killed his best friend over money, over to take their companies. No reason. They didn't disrespect him. They didn't do anything to him other than that they were successful in life. And Sammy wanted that. That's why he killed them. This man is dangerous. And for him to have a gun that these women saw the gun. They seen it. He's making threats. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
And Dom,
be taken off the streets.
And Dom,
stable.
Isn't it a crime to lie to a federal officer?
Absolutely.
Is it a felony?
I think it is. Yes. Yeah. You can't lie to police. You're not. If they ask you a question, even when they're locking you up, and you tell them a lie, it's lying to a cop, a police officer. It's a crime. It's a crime. Especially he's on parole. He's on parole. He's not a civilian. He's not free. I'm free. Anna, you're free. He's on parole. They're supposed to be limited to what they could do. These probation officers are taking gifts from Sammy. Anna, didn't you send gifts to them?
Yeah, he sends them Christmas cards. I personally handed the PO a signed autographed picture. I don't know.
Allowed to accept anything. The cards are one thing. If it's going to the office, hey, Merry Christmas, that's okay. Yeah. But if they're there and you're handing them a signed picture, that's memorabilia. They're not supposed to. That's a bribe. That's a bribe.
I have
I can't believe it.
I have family in law enforcement, and they said we're not even allowed to touch, because I didn't know. That was called a gratuity. I didn't know, these things. And they're like, oh no, somebody had brought in a first edition comic book autographed by this really famous person or whatever. We couldn't even touch it. Nope. As bad as they wanted it, they're like, oh my God. But they couldn't even touch it. They had to get it out of there and send it to like a donation or something for a charity.
Yeah, Maddie.
So Anna, you have a comment here by obviously somebody hiding the name. Why would you believe this woman is my concern? What would you answer that?
Don't believe me. What's
Well,
up?
I can tell you this.
Do you have proof on things?
I have
Yes.
everything.
She has proof, and there's another young lady that stepped up. I saw text messages.
Mhm.
So, and there's, I think, what, 4 or 5 more behind that left.
Right.
So I know of 3. I know you, the most recent, and then the other girl that I met that was a sweetheart,
Yeah.
and that was devastated. I mean, what he did to her is disgusting.
Mhm.
But this is a pattern. But again, law enforcement needs to do their jobs. And all these women, let me tell you something. I do have access to lawyers on retainer, period, 24/7. If they hurt my coin in any way, shape, or form that something comes down on my channel, I will go after them legally because everything's a paper trail.
Oh yeah.
Everything's a paper trail. All the reports, I will have them subpoena every record. So Amina and all the other women, if you do anything to break the law, number one, I'll consider it a form of, I would say, no, not even. I'll just, you know what? It's illegal. I'll just keep it at that. Keep simple words. It's illegal.
Mhm.
And I will use all my resources to come after you legally and really to go for damages with everything you're doing. Because everything's a paper trail. All this YouTube stuff, paper trail. Any reports you file, all the harassment you are doing to my people promoting the coin, because I have law firms behind me. I don't do anything without a legal opinion. So, you know, I go for a lot of money to protect what I'm doing because of my past. And I'm here with my fan base, my people, our people, Anna. We're here to support one another. I will be the voice for every woman. I don't care. That doesn't scare me. Nobody's going to scare me. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And what this man's doing is totally wrong. He's a scurb. He needs to be stopped. It needs to be stopped before he gets killed. So TMZ, all you reporters out there, stop idolizing this animal. Stop idolizing him, because he's going to hurt somebody. And at the end of the day, what are you going to say? You're going to be reporting? Then you're going to take a story. Oh, look what he did. He never changed. We're telling you now beforehand. And he needs to be stopped without a doubt.
So Ardo asks, Dominic, is there proof he has a gun?
Anna? Well, I saw a text message talking about the gun. I never saw the gun.
Yes, I have text messages between myself and other employees about it. And like I said, it's just like common knowledge, clear as day. Everybody knew it. How many witnesses do you want to hear from that have seen it, that have known about it? Just common knowledge.
So Emmanuel asked, Anna, before you began working for Gravano, did you read his book and watch the 97 Diane Sawyer interview? When did you first learn in your life who Salvatore Gravano was?
There's a lot of perpendicular moments that I found out in my life. Like I said, with my ex-sister-in-law, when I was a senior in high school and that whole ecstasy thing went down, I was friends with Gerard's first baby's mom, Nikki's mom. So there has been like crossings of this. It wasn't until, Gerard called me and asked me as a favor to come help his dad in the studio, that I went to go help him in the studio part-time. And that's how that all happened. Of course, I knew the past. I didn't read the book. I didn't watch the Diane Sawyer interview. I learned very fast when I got there.
Okay. Well, Anna, thank you.
Thank you.
Having the courage coming on. And tomorrow night, folks, what we're going to do, because there's a lot of people with questions, Anna, maybe we'll go through them tomorrow and just answer questions for the people. But there needs to be light on this, people. And again, do you people really want to see somebody get killed? Do you want to see somebody get killed? then you know what? Pick up that phone. And I'm sorry. You could call me a rat, call me a snitch. I don't want to see anybody die. I don't want to see anybody die, and this man's capable of it. If you don't realize and say, "Oh, he's not capable," no, he is. He killed 19 people, family members for businesses. It has to stop. It has to stop. And Anna, please, and I'm going to bring this up, and I know you're going to get hit off guard. Did he put his hands on a woman?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a man who put his hand, and again, there was put his hands on a woman. How, Anna?
He grabbed her and threw her.
Okay, so physically.
Yeah, he assaulted
her.
Yeah, yeah, in a public place. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay, so people, this is not an old man who plays the act that he's the victim.
People have no idea, Dom. They really don't. They're enamored with him. They idolize him. He's our thing guy. He's a legend. He's Sammy the Bull, and I get all that. And at one time, I was right in there with him. But, oh, man, just
I know.
No idea.
I know. So, people, it has to stop. Really, it has to stop. And you know why? It's sad. It's sad because he has the opportunity to help these young kids out there, to speak, to go into engagements, to help educate kids, to do some good in your life. At 80 years old, you don't hear him doing any good. People, I'm going up to a college, and I'm not going to mention where. I was invited to talk to kids. They first said a Zoom. I said, you know what? I'll come up there. They're like, really? Would you? We're going to have the media here. And I asked them, yes, it's a speaking engagement. Would you like me to speak to some of the troubled kids? Oh my God, would you? Absolutely. Absolutely. If I could help one child turn their life around, or they hear, maybe they're on the fence with going one way or another. If I could alter their life, that, you know what, that would mean so much to me. This guy doesn't do anything. Does he, Anna?
He's supposed to be part of this online curriculum thing, but that was what the new victim said. She said his new partner trying to get her to lie to people that they wanted to sell this curriculum to. And she's like, I'm not going to lie to my friends and investors and everybody that he's the 50% business partner in this online curriculum thing. You know, it's a lie after lie after lie, because he's in it as a silent partner to push his connections and all that stuff. And it's very muddy. It gets very confusing and convoluted the more you really open up that web and look into it.
Well, I'm sorry you had to go through this with him, but you know what? It'll make you a stronger woman at the end of the day. And stay strong. You have a good base. You're here with our family now.
All your community, your chat, your subscribers, your viewers, everybody's been amazing. And I thank you all.
Everybody, thank you. We'll start wrapping it up. Is there anything you want to end it with, Anna?
Just thank you, and just prayers for safety, prayers for healing, and prayers for other victims to come forward. And we're strong in numbers.
Yes, we are, folks. So listen, this is our family. This is our thing. That's why we create Official Crypto Nostra. This is our family, our organization. We won't be stopped. And if he does succeed with his people, with their lies, that they shut down the channel, we'll open up another channel. We'll rebuild. That's all. I don't stop. I'm a fighter regardless. But I will use all my legal resources to go after the people that file false reports, without a doubt. Without a doubt, 1,000%. Because we are going to be the voice for victims like Anna, people like Anna, women who want to achieve in life, who are trying so hard. And we're going to stop the people like Sammy, the Bull Gravano. It has to stop. It has to stop before it's too late. Where they're going to say, I should have known. No, you did know, law enforcement. PO, you did know. You have a job. Do your job. It's easy. Get a warrant. Go check. Do surveillance. Get other people's reports. Confiscate everything. You know, do your damn job before it's too late, before somebody loses their life with this animal. So with that, say goodnight to everybody. Anna, thank you so much for coming on. And people, thank you for all the love and support. Even you haters. You can keep on hating. It'll make us stronger. Right, Anna?
Haters.
Anna, you have a lot of people saying, Anna, you're brave.
Oh God, God bless you. Thank
And
you.
we'll be on tomorrow night to answer all the questions because there was a lot of questions. We averaged over 500 people in the chat. I don't know if you could see that. Hey, how's my likes look? Do I have likes? We have likes, Anna?
They're fighting.
Put a head out on the.
Give us that like, folks. Before you sign off, hit the like button. Look, make Anna smile with the thumbs up. Anna, much love and respect to you as always. And we'll talk later. But thank you for coming on. And hopefully the other young lady will have the courage to step up. And women, anybody else out there have been a victim of Sammy, please reach out to us. We'll put you on and we'll be the voice for you. We'll be the platform where we'll stop this animal once and for all. Have a great night, folks. Anna, again, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
And we'll see everybody tomorrow night live at 5. Thank you.